it's that time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
When the road gets rough, shine your light. And the going gets tough, shine your light. Just have faith, it'll be alright. Shine your light. When you're feeling blue, shine your light. Spirit's guiding you, shine your light. Just hold on, love will pull you through. Shine your light. Shine your light. Shine your light. Everything's gonna be alright. Shine your light. Say hello to somebody around you. When your world seems dark, shine your light. And ignites a spark. Shine your light. Just everything's gonna be alright. Shine your light. Shine your light.
Everybody just
Shine your light.
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Hopefully on your seats there was a little flyer, right? Yeah. So I want to read through that flyer together before we go into meditation. By the way, Al, I have to tell you, I was looking at the amount of hair you have, and it's just not fair.
I know. Well,
It's just not fair. I am follically challenged, and I am not happy about that.
sorry. We are brothers from a different mother.
I guess.
77 winners, man.
All right, anyway.
Yikes.
Hey, good morning, everybody. By the way, good morning. All right, let's read this all together, please. This is the day I've been waiting for, and I'm ready. Together. This is the day I've been waiting for, and I'm ready. Keep going. I am alive, alert, awake, and enthusiastic. I open my heart and mind to a new way of living my life. What I need to release at this moment, I do so easily and effortlessly. I clear the way for something new to happen in my experience. I am here at the right time, and what I need to hear, I hear at the moment I need to hear it. Taking the tools that I learned today, I live a more abundant, full, and joyful life. God is good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let's do that again. Take another deep breath in. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your love will light my way. Show me the way. Sing after me, please. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your love will light my way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your peace will light my way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your truth will light my way. Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Shanti Om. Shanti Om. Shanti Om. Shanti Om. Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om. Shanti Om. Shanti Om. Shanti Om. Shanti Om. Shanti Om.
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. Welcome to today. Welcome to this new today, where I am knowing that there is just one mind, one life, one presence, one amazing energy that rules this universe. I am knowing that that presence is magnanimous. That presence is co-creative. That presence is powerful. That presence is energetic. I am knowing that that presence is God. And I'm at one with that divine presence that moves in and around and through me, and I am knowing, so knowing if it's true for me, it is also true for you. I, Francine Ward, I speak my word for myself and for each and every one of us, knowing that today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today is the first day of the rest of our lives. Today is the first day of the rest of my life. And I am knowing that it's a clean slate, it's a fresh start, it's a new beginning, it's a big old fat basket filled with hopes and dreams and choice and endless possibilities. I am knowing that today is the first day of the rest of my life, and if it is true for me, if this opportunity exists for me, I know it exists for you. I so know that today is the first day of the rest of my life. It's a day just ripe for the picking, a day filled with awe and excitement and joy and laughter and gratitude, a day filled with choice. Today is the first day of the rest of my life, and I am knowing if that is true for me, it is true for you. Today is a day to be lived, to be enjoyed, and we await that next most delicious opportunity. Today is the first day of the rest of our lives. On this day, I give thanks. I give thanks for the knowing that I have choice. I give thanks for the knowing that today is a clean slate, that I get to do with what I choose. I give thanks for the opportunity to be present today, to be fully present, upright in my own mind. I give thanks for those simple little things. I give thanks for the opportunity to be of service to my spiritual community today. I give thanks for each and every one of you who's come today prepared to set and embellish this delicious table we call Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. I give thanks for each and every one of you. I give thanks for these things and so much more. On this day, I hold up Reverend Joe, knowing that his word, his message is powerful, it is good, and it is very good. And I give thanks, knowing that our hearts and minds are open, ready to receive that sweet message. And so on this day, with love in my heart and gratitude in my spirit, I release my word into the law of mine, knowing that it is done. And so if there's any piece of anything I've said this morning that resonates within your spirit, within your heart, within your mind, I invite you to join in with me and say, and so it is.
Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my serenity. As within, all around, all I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love, and I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Please join me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me, sending out joy. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me, sending out peace. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. Let's sing it out, send love. I send my love over the mountains. Sing it out. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. All right, so here we go. We've been talking about building a world that works for everyone, and our monthly theme this month is global transformation through individual transformation. The theme today is we encourage our community members to live courageous, fearless lives and to be passionate about its possibilities. Let me say that again. We encourage our community members, you, all of you, to live courageous, fearless lives and to be passionate about its possibilities. Here's your affirmation. Please say that with me, please. Oh, wait. Today's talk is created to be happy, purposeful, and enthusiastic. Yeah, who cares about that? Let's go to the next one. Here we go. Let's get to work. Together, please. I am uplifted, sustained, and supported by a power greater than I am. I show up, I step up, and I do what is now in front of me to do. Let's do it again. I am uplifted, sustained, and supported by a power greater than I am. I show up, I step up, and I do what is now in front of me to do. Wow, I like that. You know what I like most about? I show up, I step up, and I do something. Now, today's talk is about, there's going to be a lot of talk in this, a lot of discussion this morning about how we're going to step up, how we should step up, how we want to step up to increase our own growth. Not to help other people, not to increase everyone else's growth, but to actually help us help other people grow. It's going to make a lot of sense in a few minutes. We all know, as something inside tells us, that we were created not just to live, work, pay the bills, and do the laundry. Exciting, riveting stuff, right? We were created to be happy, healthy, prosperous, joyful, abundant, creative, and enthusiastic. Wow, that's a tall order, isn't it? Yeah. You know what? You could get caught in the mundane activities of life and, pay the bills, day in, day out, do this, do that, do this, do that. But we were created to experience the great things. That doesn't mean you can escape those mundane things. I mean, somebody has to do the laundry, right? Things have to get done. Somebody has to go to the grocery store. Somebody has to cook and clean, all those things. But the difference is, it doesn't have to become our whole life. See, I know people whose whole life it is just to be in a constant state of really taking care of getting through the day, just getting through the list, making a list every day and getting through the list. And there's not real joy that comes from just doing those things. And you could say to me, hey, well, who's got the time for joy? I got stuff I got to do. Well, you know what? If you can, you need to carve out some time, and we're going to talk about how to do that today, carving out time. Let's embody the bigger idea that there is a limitless abundance of good, and that is a fundamental principle of life, God, the universe. Let's embody the bigger idea that on the biggest level, the grandest level, the level that is like huge in our mind, that there is a world that is abundant and for us. There is a world right now with limitless possibilities that doesn't know all of your excuses, that doesn't care about your justifications or rationales for being where you are. It just knows here are, like Francine said in her beautiful prayer, a basket full of opportunities, of joy, of happiness and love. A basket full of them. And choice to make our choices is to take exactly what it is we want to experience in our life. It's time to break down old patterns of thought and create a new pattern that has a greater vision, which includes the principle of limitless abundance in all areas of life, not just in a few that are lacking. Not just in a few that are lacking in your life, but all areas of your life. We're meant to have well-balanced lives. You're meant to be well-balanced, regardless of what anybody else tells you about your personality. You are a well-balanced human being. Do you believe that? No, I don't believe it about myself either. I struggle with that because I have a hard time believing that, I'm supposed to have good in every area of my life. Well, if I'm supposed to have good in every area of my life, why am I not experiencing that? I always say I'm open and receptive to it, but then I also know that part of the back of my mind says to me certain things like, well, you're too old to do this, or you're too much to, you do way too much to do that, or you've done this, or you've done that, or you've done this and you've done that. And I have all these reasons as to why things aren't going to happen for me. The thing is, I'm setting up my own limitations. Here we go. Together, please. I am uplifted, sustained, and supported by a power greater than I am. I show up, I step up, and I do now what is... Wow, did you see that? I messed that one up. I show up, I step up, and I do what is now in front. Okay, never mind. We are and we will always be a work in progress. We know this. So if you know this, here's the question I have. Would you feel differently about your life unfolding if you had an unlimited amount of creativity, health, money, and relationships available to you? If you knew that all of these things were available, what would you change about your life? You'd stop holding your breath, for one thing. right? You'd stop, you'd breathe. You'd breathe, you'd feel more at peace. You'd feel like, wow, really? I hit the lotto, all these things are mine? I hit the spiritual lotto. That you had right work available to you, or creativity, whatever you choose to do when you get up in the morning to make your life feel like it has a sense of purpose. What if you had no financial concerns? That you were financially secure and you were like, more enough to share and enough to spare, and you were just feeling comfortable about that. You didn't worry about if the stock market went red this week or green this week, but you knew that wasn't the indicator of your good. What if you knew that you had health available to you, that you could eat healthy foods and balance your life out with exercise, and that you were able to allow yourself to be healthy and take time to do that? What if you knew that your relationships, that you had abundance of relationships, all sorts of relationships, you have deep, meaningful friendships, and you get along fairly well with your family? What if you had that kind of dynamic? What if you knew that you had really good intimate relationships? What if you knew that you were going to have sexual relationships? Oh my God, he's saying sexual in church. What if you knew that all these things were yours? Well, we're all human beings, and we're meant to have all things, right? Not just things that are comfortable to talk about. So what if you knew that you had all those sort of things available to you, and they were available to you for the asking? How would you live your life? I know I would live my life a lot differently. If I knew that I knew that I knew that I knew that I really knew, and had no doubt that I didn't know, right? That I knew that I knew, I would probably live my life a little bit differently. In fact, I know I would. But some old patterns don't come back in my mind. And those old patterns are the things that keep me from enjoying being in the flow of all that is good in the universe. And it keeps me from really jumping in and enjoying all of what the universe has for me to offer. When we limit our idea of what we can achieve, we limit our possibility for the universe to deliver anything greater than that limitation. So let me explain this. As soon as we say, you know what, I think this is all I'm entitled to, or I'm good with this, as soon as we just say, I'm good with this, or I'm okay with that, as soon as we draw a line and tell the universe, fill to here. No more, no less. Fill to here. So the question I have to you is, where have you drawn the line in your relationships, in your health, in your finances, in your creativity? Where have you drawn the line? And where are you saying to the universe, just fill me up to this point because I'm good. Once I get there, I'm okay. Because when you do that, all you're doing is limiting the universe's ability to have you actually move into a greater expression. We all think, okay, if I can just do this, if I can just do that, those words, if I can just do, are really poisonous words to the consciousness. They're really poisonous words. They're toxic words to your good. They hold you down from your good. If I could just do this. Because you're saying, if I could just get to here. No, I don't want to just get to here. I want to be able to live an abundant, happy, joyful life. I want to have all those things. So I have to bust through the just to here, fill to here consciousness. Does that make sense? Next thing. What's the size of your belief about your happiness? What are you supposed to have in your life? Is it, life is hard and then you die, or there's only so much to go around, or is it, fill in the blank? Fill in the blank, because the size of your belief is actually indicative of what you say subconsciously and off the cuff to people. Well, I guess that's the way it is. Oh my God, and you know my favorite one lately? Not my favorite one, my least favorite one. Well, that's the way it's going to be after November. I guess that's all we have to look forward to. You can't possibly be serious. Think about what's happening in our country. How we're setting a line of despair and being scared, and how this date lingers. It's holding us in the balance, holding so many. Maybe not all of you, but there's a lot of people out there waiting. Well, I'm waiting for it to pass. I can't wait till it's over. But it's not really over. It won't be over when it's over, because spiritually it still has a tail, and it's still wagging. It still has an effect. All right. So spiritually, it still has an effect. So it's not just get over this. We're actually creating a consciousness around it. And so we have to make sure that we're busting through the top of that, or we're going to become victim of that limited consciousness. And we buy into it every time we go, oh my God, did you hear this? Did you hear that about this and about that? Whoosh, 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 beep, hit the line. And it's really hard to not talk about stuff like that because it's so prevalent. But think about it. We're saying, I don't even have to tell you what we're all saying. We all know what's being said. But we're also creating the limit of our good. My job today is to say, we need to remove that line. Because no one or a group of people is going to hold us back from our divine birthright, our spiritual birthright. No one. Because what's spiritually right is right, right always prevails. Only a matter of time. Not always as expeditious as I would like it, but it always prevails. So I just have to know that we're going to go through this, that this is part of a growing pain to get us through whatever this is that we're moving through. Together, please. I am uplifted, sustained, and supported by a power greater than I am. I show up, I step up, and I do what is now in front of me to do. Have you created the balance of service to others, happy and enthusiastic, beyond writing a check or donating your old belongings? So, I'm going to charge you with something. It's really easy to write a check. Anybody can write a check. It's really easy to donate the stuff that you don't want and call that service. What have you done and what are you planning to do to be of service beyond your own personal needs? To other people, for a sense of community, whatever it may be. What are you planning on doing and what have you done? The reason I charge all of us with that is because, in order to receive all the good that the universe has to give us, it's ready to give us, one has to give of oneself first. It doesn't say receive, then give. Have you noticed the order? It says give and ye shall receive. There's a reason for that. If I'm open and receptive to giving of my time and my talent, then something always comes back to me with a sense of gratitude and service. Yesterday, I walked in the AIDS walk in downtown Palm Springs, and we raised over $300,000 for Desert AIDS. Yeah. I could have done a whole host of other things tomorrow or yesterday at 8 o'clock in the morning, right? I could have slept in. I could have done I have a whole office to work on. But you know what? No, it's important to me to be of service. I know that people did the Patriot Walk, the Patriot Ride out in La Quinta. There were volunteers, and Cheryl, thank you for heading that up. And she said we had more than enough volunteers. So great, thank you everybody for all of you for the. Me too. Thank you. What are you doing to create a balance of being of service beyond writing a check? Beyond donating your personal belongings, how are you giving back in a selfless way without any expectation of anything in return? What do you have on your calendar over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks for you to be of service? Because in order for all this to work, there has to be a balance of the giving and the receiving. A lot of people wait and they go, well, when I receive, then I'll give of my time. Or they put it off. I can't do it now, but when I retire. Have you ever talked to a retired person? They're more busy than they were when they were working. There is no other time. There is no other time. And so I say this because this is part of the equation. When you want to find out how I get into my good, then you show up in a way that's different than you've been showing up till now. And you be of service to our community or anywhere. I mean, here at the center, we have a lot of opportunity. We have a lot of things going on. Step up into those things. But you have to commit to it. You have to show up. You have to sign up, show up, and be ready to work. And it's a bigger thing than we've ever had before. And next year I'm going to be looking for specific community opportunities for myself and for others to join with me to go out into the community and do certain things. Because I know for me, I do a lot of stuff in the community. I do a lot of community service things, but I need to step that up because I'm not doing enough. And if we're going to shift the consciousness, it all starts with those of us who know that that's part of how we get into the circulation of our good. Does that make sense? Are you living a courageous, fearless life, or are you waiting for the next shoe to drop? Are you living a life of passion for something, anything beyond just mundane process of daily living? Are you waiting for the next shoe to drop? You know, I mean, I feel like there's a whole country waiting for a shoe to go somewhere. I don't know where it's going to go. I know where I want it to go. Namaste. But are we all like holding our breath for our good? Are we all holding our breath for the good of our country? No. We can't do that because that's not the indicator of our good. That's saying there's something greater than God to become part of our good process. Something greater is greater than God. That's not true. It cannot be true. People are trying to convince us that it's true, and they're doing a really good job of it. But that's like saying at some arbitrary day in November, God is saying, oh, guess what? You're going to wake up tomorrow morning and all go be in hell. We're there already. We've been there for 18 months through the process. Just stop. That is not where your good lies. Our good does not lie in that place. So I had to get past the mundane processes of life, which we all have, and I had to get into the fact that there is greater good for me to have, there's greater joy for me to experience, there's greater relationships and health, and all of those things, all those greater things are just waiting in that beautiful basket that Francine mentioned in her prayer. They're just waiting for you to grab them and take them and say, okay, I'm ready, God, let's go. I'm showing up. I'm showing up. I'm suited up. I'm showing up. Let's go. I'm going to do what's in front of me now. Next thing, the creator of everything created us. I love this. This is a quote from somebody. The creator of everything created us and plopped us down right in the middle of everything to be a part of it, not separate from it. We weren't meant to feel scared and isolated. That's not a natural. Can you imagine a God that would say, I want you to be scared and afraid and alone and sick and poor? Can you imagine that? Now, some of us, now myself not included, because I was raised in a whole different tradition, but there are a lot of people that were raised with the thought that if you didn't do something right, you know, if you didn't open enough doors for old ladies or whatever it was, if you didn't get your points on the chart, that you would have a life of that. But we don't believe that here. I believe that we were plopped in the middle of all this. And look around, folks. Look around where we live. Look around. You know, I don't see anybody. I don't think there's any livestock that was drawn on a carriage and you parked it out front. I think most people got here either by public transportation or they came here in a car. We are very fortunate to get to where we want to go, point A to point B. I bet all of you took a shower, or some of you did. All of you took a shower. You're wearing really nice clothes. You had safe water to drink. You had good food to eat. We feel safe in that environment. You know, we are a blessed, not lucky. I don't believe in luck. We are a blessed group of people. We have so much more than most people around the world, and we don't even think about it because we're just so used to being in the pattern of this. We're just so used to the pattern of all of it, you know? We don't think twice about doing a lot of things that we do. But let's wake up because we have a lot to be grateful for. We're not supposed to be, so if you're feeling separate from it, then you have to understand that it has always been for us. Together, please. I am uplifted, sustained, and supported by a power greater than I am. I show up, I step up, and I do what is now in front of me to do. What belief do you have to surrender to allow your heart and mind to open up to a bigger picture of life? What do you need to surrender to get to that place where you believe this? There's something, every one of you has several things on the list. I could just tell by you're doing the addition in your head. You're creating the list. What needs to be surrendered for you to believe this? Because whatever it is, That's your hurdle. That's also your line. Until you jump over that hurdle, until you bust through that line, things are going to be pretty stagnant. And you're going to feel like you get less than what you deserve in the world. Are you following me? But I bet you anything that I bet everyone in this room has something that they need to surrender to get to that place where they believe this principle, myself included. So that's my job. I'm challenging you to look at that seriously and figure out, how do I bust through this? How do I break through that? And part of that is that idea of service and giving. Part of it is giving of yourself, surrendering it. A lot of it may be resentment. I'm teaching the class tomorrow. Show up tomorrow. You may be harboring some old pain that needs to be released. Show up, suit up, and do the work tomorrow. But don't just think it's going to go away, because you've probably been thinking it's going to go away for a really long time. Anybody? Anybody? And it keeps showing up. And if it doesn't show up, a lot of times it shows up as different people in our lives. Same problem, different people. Okay? Same work, or same problems, different job. Same conditions, different diagnosis. Does that make sense? The common thread through all those is you. You're always there for all of them. All of them. The belief in life apart from good is a dream. It's a nightmare from which we must awaken. As one awakes from this nightmare, the mentality awakes from the dream of a living death to a realization of an authentic spiritual experience. I know a lot of living dead people. They have a pulse, but there's no life in them. There's no excitement, there's no energy, all there is a cloud like Eeyore. Looks like rain. Looks like rain. Looks like rain. Every time you turn around, you're like, hey, looks like rain. You're like, oh my God. No matter what you do, you can't breathe life into them. Sorry, didn't mean to spit. You can't breathe life into them. It's frustrating. The only thing they're looking forward to is their purchase of the urn, and that's not good. And some of them have already pre-purchased that. It's sitting at home going, this is where I'm going to rest when I'm done. Crawl in because you're already there. So you know people like that. Maybe you are one of them, that you feel like you're one of the living dead. Well, you know what? The only way to revive yourself is to know that you have to be revived. See, there's an acknowledgement, the awakening. There's awakening that this nightmare of feeling dead inside, that is a nightmare. And we're not meant to feel that way. There's something bigger we're supposed to feel, or we wouldn't call it a nightmare. We would just call it life. But we know what it is. It's a lack. It's a fear. It's a limit that we placed on ourselves. We cast off the works of darkness when we realize that evil, lack, and scarcity are not entities, but only a fraud, a lie. The armor of light and wisdom of the truth, the very knowing of which sets us free. So this feeling that there is evil or lack or scarcity, that's a lie. That's just a spiritual lie. It has no spiritual foundation, which is why all those things come to pass. Things that stay are spiritually founded, grounded, right, in good. Those other things, they are small experiences that come and they go. They come and they go. They don't have a lifeline to them. They're given temporary life, they're given temporary residency, and then they're evicted because the consciousness of good can't continue to sustain it because it's not spiritually sound. So understand that when we are feeling that there is evil in our world or lack or scarcity, that is just a fraud, it's a lie, that our greater good is going to unfold through those situations. It will unfold through them. Not as a result of them, it will unfold through them. Does that make sense? Together, please. I am uplifted, sustained, and supported by a power greater than I am. I show up, I step up, and I do what is now in front of me to do. Stop cutting deals with lack, limitation, and struggle. Stop compromising and cutting deals going, oh, well, I guess that's okay. That's enough. I don't know, I'm okay. Wow. You just cut a deal with it. You just cut the deal, and the universe is only going to, now you just set the line again, filter here. Break the patterns of thought that keep you in bondage to your limited use of source. That is bondage. That is bondage. To have a consciousness that works like that. So bust out of that idea. Stop cutting deals in your business, in your relationships, in your health. How many people have cut deals? You know what? We cut deals with business all the time, too, at a spiritual level. I'm going to do in the a business class in 2 weeks about spirit and business. And I was reading it over, and I thought, you know what we do? We cut deals. We have a consciousness that, okay, during this period of time, I'm supposed to experience lack. Well, you know, there's this ebb and flow of things, and this is the way it's supposed to be because that's the way it's always been. Well, tell that to someone who busted that pattern, and they see their good going like this. Talk to somebody who busted the pattern, and they got out of that consciousness that it all has to go like this, that the real estate market has to slow down here, and then it's going to speed up here, then it's going to slow down here. That is a consciousness. That's a consciousness, people. That I saw it during the last recession we were in, from 2000, whatever that was, 6, whatever that was, when things were tumbling down. I saw people have great successes, and I saw people who had great failures. And the difference was some people bought into it, some people ran from it, and succeeded in spite of all of it. You have that choice. We all have that choice. Together, please. I am uplifted, sustained, and supported by a power greater than I am. I show up, I step up, and I do what is now in front of me to do. And so ends your lesson. Thank you, everybody.